What's going on, guys? It's Hayden, and I'm bringing you the Week 4 recap for the Magma division of the ISL Gen 6 Throwback. This is a big week for the ISL as it is technically our halfway point to the playoffs. We also have a new leader atop the standings in the Magma division, along with a new leader in the MVP race, defensive MVP race, and I believe support as well. So, with a big week happening right now, let's go ahead and jump into the first battle. Our first battle brings what could be a pivotal battle for a playoff spot later down the road in the Sunset Rose Meowstic versus the D's Pokemans. And for the Sunset Rose Meowstic, they have brought Mega Mawile, White Herb, Torkoal, Flame Orb, Milotic, Focus Sash, Leafeon, Choice Specs, Heliolisk, and Heat Rock Ninetales. And the Pokemans brought Mega Deontay, Zapdos, Mesprit, Heatran, Pangoro, and Diggersby. So let's go ahead and jump into this first battle. An exciting battle to kick off our Magma recap. It looked like these Pokemans was going to run away with it, but Torkoal came in and turned the tide, and then Heliolisk basically finished up the game for them as the Sunset Rose Meowstic pull this out with a 1-0 victory. For the Meowstic, both Torkoal and Heliolisk pick up 2 kills, even though I might give Torkoal a third for getting Mesprit down to 1% and then it dying to Life Orb, but I digress. And then the last kill for the Meowstic was Mega Mawile. As for these Pokemans, Heatran picked up 2, then Mega Deontay, Zapdos, and Mesprit all picked up 1 kill apiece. Moving on to our second battle of Week 4, we have 2 teams that are currently in the top 5 in the standings in the Fiend City Froakies taking on the Virginia Merrill. Looks like the Froakies have brought Hydreigon, Cacturne, Keldeo, Mega Scizor, Gramble, and Ampharos, while the Virginia Merrills have brought Mega Absol, Babiri Berry Gardevoir, Leftovers Ferrothorn, Eviolite Porygon 2, Leftovers Kyurem, and Colberberry Slowbro. So let's go ahead and see how this battle plays out. As the Virginia Merrill do pull this out 2-0. This battle is very haxy with a lot of misses as well. So maybe we see a cleaner rematch in the playoffs. But as for this battle, for the Merrills, Porygon 2 picked up 3 kills, Gardevoir picked up 2, and Kyurem picked up another. While the Froakies had Hydreigon picking up 2, and then Granbull and Mega Scizor both picking up 1 apiece. For our last showcase battle of the week, we have the Moss Deep City Sharpedos taking on the Strolling Ashton. The Ashton have been in the top 5 all season, and Moss Deep is currently looking to get back into the playoff race. The Sharpedos brought Rocky Helmet Aerodactyl, Leftovers Blissey, Choice Band Crocodile, Choice Scarf Chandelure, Mega Pinsir, and Assault Vest Starmie, while I go back and look up Strolling Ashton's team. I know he sent it, but I can't find it right now, so it's just Mega Charizard X, Scizor, Gliscor, Zoroark, Whimsicott, and Skarmory. So let's see how this battle plays out. was able to start the battle with a clean focus punch kill while disguised as Sizzler on the Chandelure, and it seemed like Stroll and Ashton had the momentum the rest of the way, as they do pick up the 2-0 win over the Moss Deep Sharpedos. For the Ashton, Mega Charizard X does pick up 5 kills this week, with the pre-mentioned Zoroark picking up the other one to start the battle. Then for the Sharpedos, Blissey picked up 2, then Crocodile and Starmie both picked up a kill apiece. For our 4th battle of the week, the Toronto Tyrantrums pick up the 5-0 win over the Nova Umbreon. The Umbreon brought Blaziken, Mega Gardevoir, Donphan, Lantern, Sceptile, and Dragonite, and the Tyrantrums were able to win with Scrafty, Greninja, Garchomp, Feraligatr, Victini, and Mega Manectric. For the Tyrantrums, both Victini and Feraligatr picked up 2 kills apiece, while Scrafty and Garchomp cleaned up with 1 apiece as well. And then for the Umbreon, Blaziken picked up their sole kill. And moving on to our last played battle of this week, we have the Denver Dracos picking up a 5-0 win over the Logan Lopunny. The Lopunny brought Mega Lopunny, Rotom Wash, Sylveon, Tentacruel, Salamence, and Superior, while the Denver Dracos brought leftovers Aegislash, Wide Lens, Shaman Sky, Mega Swampert, Life Orb Landorus, Damp Rock Politoed, and Rocky Helmet Mandibuzz. This was a hard-fought win that the score kind of doesn't represent how good the battle actually was. But the Dracos with Shaman Sky and Mandibuzz picking up 2 kills apiece, then Mega Swampert and Politoed both picking up 1 as well. Then the Lopunny had Rotom Wash picking up their lone kill. And as you noticed, last battle I said that it was the last played battle of the week because we did unfortunately have the first forfeit loss of Magma Division. These are temporary forfeit losses just to keep the standings looking correct. But for now, the Vancouver Chi-Yu do pick up the forfeit 3-0 win over Multiscale. They do have the opportunity to play this battle for the rest of the season, basically at any time before the playoffs start. But as for now, the Chi-Yu do have the 3-0 victory for week 4. And as you can see, and as I alluded to at the beginning of the video, we do have a new number 1 team for the Magma Division, and it is the Denver Dracos, reclaiming the spot as they lost it last week. They are 3-1 with a +9 differential. However, they do have 3 teams right on their tail, as the Fiend City Froakies are 3-1 +8. Then the Strolling Ashton and Toronto Tyrantrums are both 3-1 +7. Then at the current 5th seed, you have the Virginia Marrows at 3-1 +5. And rounding out the playoffs currently, you have Multiscale at 2-2 +4, and Sunset Rose Meowstic at 2-2 at 0 differential. Right on the outside looking in, you have the Logan Lopunny in 8th at 2-2 -7. Then we have 3 1-3 teams with the Moss Deep Sharpedos and these Pokemons both at 1-3 -3. Then the Vancouver Chi-Yu at 1-3 -8. And then in 12th currently we have the Nova Umbreon at 0-4 -19. And starting the awards off, we have the Arceus Award, or the MVP. And if you watched last week, you would know that these two mons just swapped from number 1 and number 2. And our current leader is Mega Swampert of the Denver Dracos at 10-3. With Keldeo of the Fiend City Froakies in runner-up at 9-1. Moving on to the Lugia Award, or our defensive MVP, we still have the Strolling Ashton Gliscor in first, now with 16 hits taken. And then our runner-up currently is Kiram of the Virginia Merrills at 14. And I believe another Virginia Merrill is actually tied with it, but I didn't want to start putting too many on there. And it is Porygon 2 of the Virginia Merrill is also in second at 14 hits taken. Moving on to my favorite award, it is the Mew Award, or the Best Support Mon for the ISL. And if you missed my explanation last week, basically it's setting hazards, clearing hazards, setting weather, but only if a Mon comes in to use it, like Politoed sets rain. I give it a point if Mega Swampert gets to use it to outspeed a Mon it normally wouldn't. Then Burns, Toxics, and then Freezes, which has been happening a lot this season for some reason in the ISO in both the Aqua and Magma divisions. But anyways, our current leaders are Politoed of the Denver Dracos with 8. And then our runner-up currently is Fortress of the Toronto Tyrantrums with 7. And our final award is the Cosmog Award, or the Best Low Tier Mon, which we define as costing 10 points or less, as we do the point tiered draft system, which is a Mon is given a point rating between 1 and 20, and those 10 or below are qualified for this award. For the second straight week, we have Feraligatr of the Toronto Tyrantrums in first place at 6 and 3, and then our current runner-up last week was Leafeon of the Sunset Rose Meowstic. It is now Zoroark after picking up a kill this week of the Strollin Astion at 3 and 1. And that brings us to the end of the Magma Division Week 4 recap. Please let me know which team you think's going to end up winning the whole thing. And just over, I believe the championship would happen 2 months from this week. And also let me know who you think will end up winning the MVP, if it will be a favorite like Mega Swampert, or if it's going to be someone kind of coming out like a dark horse later on down the road. And I will have the Aqua Division Week 4 recap out tomorrow. So just look forward to that, and as always, thanks for watching.